Doom is a single-player, first-person shooter that serves as a prequel to the acclaimed games Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. In this installment, the game takes players to the medieval era, where they assume the role of the legendary demon-slaying warrior, Doom Slayer. The gameplay leans towards heavier and more strategic combat, with a stronger emphasis on melee battles. New tools like the Shield Saw for both defense and attack, and weapons like the Skull Crusher, which fires bone shards at enemies, are introduced. Players will also have the opportunity to ride a cyber dragon and pilot a massive mech called Atlan in certain segments of the game. The story delves into the origins of the Doomslayer's rage, portraying him as the last hope of a kingdom against hellish forces in a techno-medieval world.
Wind scale.
The story of Atomfall is set in an alternate timeline during the 1960s, where the Windscale nuclear disaster has turned a vast area of northern England into a quarantined and mysterious zone. You play as a character suffering from amnesia, waking up in this dangerous region with no memory of your past. Your primary goal is to uncover the hidden secrets of this quarantine zone and uncover the truth behind the events that led to the catastrophe. Inspired by games like Fallout New Vegas and the Metro series, Atomfall offers a dense, immersive experience where player decisions play a crucial role.
Welcome to the future, son.
The story details of Crysis 4 have not been officially revealed yet, but it is expected to continue from where Crysis 3 left off. The previous game concluded with a battle between the protagonist, Nomad, and the Ceph, an alien race threatening humanity. Given the series' history of focusing on futuristic warfare, advanced technology, and extraterrestrial threats, it's likely that Crysis 4 will delve deeper into the conflict with the Ceph and explore the consequences of the war on Earth. Fans are hoping for a continuation of the narrative, new characters, and an expansion on the world established in the previous games.
All the men who died under your command because you were just following orders.
Eriksholm is an isometric, narrative-driven stealth game set in the vibrant city of Eriksholm. The story follows Hannah, whose brother Herman mysteriously disappears, setting off a chain of events that will change their lives and the fate of the entire city. In this game, players can switch between 3 unique characters, each with distinct abilities to access new areas, overcome challenges, and outsmart enemies. The game is set in a stunning Nordic-inspired city, offering a rich and immersive environment for players to explore. The narrative adventure focuses on Hannah's quest to find her brother and uncover the mystery behind his disappearance.
Looking for Herman.
You want passage, huh? I'm not keeping these for you anymore. You're taking with you this time.
I won't get past this gent without a dart.
Hey, Gilbert! What's keeping you?
He's not here.
She's brave, but she doesn't know what she set in motion. I must find her.
I'm all he's got, Alva. He's all I've got.
Before he does.
Tensor, an auto...
Spine is a single-player action game that focuses on cinematic combat, blending gunplay and martial arts moves. Players take on the role of the main character, Redline, who battles enemies in a cyberpunk-inspired world. The gameplay features parkour movements and close-quarter combat, drawing inspiration from classic action films like John Wick and The Matrix. As Redline, players will have to fight through waves of enemies using a mix of gun combat and martial arts techniques, while uncovering secrets and battling powerful foes in a fast-paced, intense environment. The game's narrative is likely to feature themes of rebellion, justice, and survival in a gritty, dystopian world.
I never asked for this.
The Precinct is an action-adventure game set in the fictional city of Averno City in 1983. In this game, you play as Nick Cordell Jr., a rookie cop who must fight criminals and uncover the mysteries surrounding his father. The game is inspired by early Grand Theft Auto titles and features top-down gameplay. You will carry out police duties like issuing parking tickets, using appropriate force, reading Miranda rights to suspects, and filing reports at the precinct. You can also call for backup from fellow officers and helicopters. The story follows Nick Cordell Jr., who lives in a dark, dystopian world filled with danger.
Welcome, Dano!
How long has it been?
We Harvest Shadows is an upcoming first-person narrative game that blends farming simulation with horror elements. Players assume the role of Garrett, a man who has exiled himself to an abandoned farm, seeking solitude and a fresh start. As Garrett, you will engage in farming activities such as planting and harvesting crops, while also confronting eerie and unsettling occurrences that challenge your perception of reality. The game is being developed by David Whaley, known for creating emotionally resonant experiences. We Harvest Shadows aims to deliver a unique and immersive experience by combining the tranquility of farming with the suspense of horror.
It gets your mind off things, like the things you've lost.
Underworld is a cooperative horror exploration survival game set in an abandoned underground hospital. Players take on the role of investigators, who are tasked with locating and retrieving various test subjects sealed in biocapsules. The game features a multi-layered map, and to progress deeper, players must transport these capsules to elevators and meet specific collection quotas. Along the way, they'll encounter terrifying creatures, like the Arachniders, as they uncover the dark secrets of the hospital. The game focuses on teamwork, as players need to work together to survive and complete their objectives, while avoiding the horrifying monsters lurking in the shadows. Rugby 25 is a sports rugby game featuring over 140 official national teams, legendary stadiums, and major global competitions. It also includes women's rugby teams from around the world, offering various game modes for both single-player and multiplayer experiences. Black Frost. The Long Dark 2 is the sequel to the acclaimed survival game, The Long Dark. Set a year after the Aurora's appearance and the onset of the Quiet Apocalypse, players navigate the challenges of surviving in a world where the sun has disappeared. The game offers both single-player and multiplayer experiences, allowing players to choose between cooperation and solitude. The developers have emphasized that Black Frost and The Long Dark will coexist, each offering a unique perspective on the Quiet Apocalypse. Big Helmet Heroes is a 3D beat-em-up adventure game that combines combat and exploration. In Big Helmet Heroes, you play as one of 29 unique heroes, each with their own special abilities and powers. The story revolves around rescuing the princess, who has been kidnapped by evil forces. To save her, the heroes must navigate through a dangerous world and battle various enemies. Along the way, each hero will need to use their unique abilities to overcome the challenges ahead. The game offers both single-player and two-player co-op modes, allowing players to team up with a friend to overcome challenges. Vault Breakers is an action role-playing game, ARPG, that combines extraction gameplay with strategic combat. In this game, players can venture solo or team up with friends in a dynamic fantasy world filled with challenges. The game allows players to plan and execute extractions with precision, balancing risk and reward. The story takes place in a fantasy world where players must battle powerful enemies and extract valuable resources from dangerous environments. Whether working together in co-op missions or facing challenges alone, players will need to navigate this perilous world to gather resources and complete their missions. In Old-Timer Transport, you assume the role of a grumpy, elderly driver navigating the bustling city of Bompidorm on a turbocharged mobility scooter. Your primary objective is to pick up pedestrians scattered throughout the city and deliver them safely to designated hospitals, all while contending with rival drivers and avoiding potential lawsuits. In Cat and Out, you find yourself aboard a space station that is on the verge of collapse. As the protagonist, you must navigate through the crumbling structure, battling enemies and overcoming obstacles. The game's environments are a mix of handcrafted rooms and procedurally generated areas, meaning each playthrough offers new challenges, keeping the experience fresh and dynamic. The game's narrative is tied to the mysteries of the space station, with hints about its downfall and the player's purpose slowly unfolding as you progress.